Today on Culture, meet a member of a musical royal family. With his famous brother Michael, the king of pop, and the Jackson 5, he became a household name. Half a century on, Jermaine Jackson is back on the road, and he wants to tell us his side of the Jackson story through songs and family photos, and all based on his own book of memoirs.
Just call my name.
It's important to sort of set the record straight for once and for all. That was the reason for the book, to set the record straight once and for all, and to sort of let people know who we are as a family, the truth.
Yeah, because one might say that the Jackson's family story is very well known already. You don't think all of it's known? It's
known from what you've read. And writing this book, there was a lot of time to research all the books that were written that were unauthorized. And I couldn't believe the rubbish and all the things that were not true. And so that's why it was important to write this book. And at the same time, we're still mourning Michael's passing, so this is healing for us. And it's important for me to tell the story because I think people will at least give the attention more if I'm telling the story and to sharing with them as to who we are as a family, and then with songs and things like that.
You better stop the love you say may be your own. Darling, look for ways before you cross me. You're heading for a danger zone. Hold on.
Of course, because the music was woven throughout the whole family history, wasn't it? You yourself, if we delve into those memories a little then, you've been on stage since the age of 12, is that right?
About 12,
and,
10 or 12.
And that was, of course, with the Jackson 5, later the Jacksons. I mean, it's very hard for anyone to really imagine what it's like growing up in this bubble of fame. And I guess by the age of 12, you were old enough to have understood a little bit about normal life before, so you can perhaps see the difference maybe a little more than others.
Yeah, well, just living it, being a part of it, being a part of the whole Jackson 5 time was just incredible because it was a platform that gave us all the ability to go out worldwide and to do things. And it was a great launching platform for all of us, including Michael, because that's where we all got our start from, the Jackson 5, as well as Janet and the rest of the family. I miss those days of touring, being on the stage and all the funny things that we used to do before we went on stage. And the funny things, the pranks with Marlon and myself and Michael, of course, and Jackie being the serious one, telling us to behave, and Tito just there. He just didn't care. But at the same time, we had fun. We had a lot of fun, and it was, we were just kids. As much as we knew how to perform, we still found time to be kids, to play and do pranks and be crazy.
Any particular pranks you want to own up to?
No, we just did all kind of stuff, all the crazy stuff that the Stooges used to do, because we love the Three Stooges. So we definitely, we drove our security people crazy, because we used to pull pranks on them and put water at the top of the door when they come in, and they fall asleep with tie their shoes together. And now when I think about these things, I said, we did that. It was just crazy.
And got away with it because you were superstars.
No, we got away with it because we were kids.
Well, that sense of fun definitely came out on stage as well. I mean, if you watch any Jackson 5 videos, there's those wonderful costumes all coordinated and the dancing. You certainly had a very fun image. I mean, we have heard since about how there was the strict disciplinarian side coming from your father. I mean, is that one area that you want to talk about in your memoirs as well?
Yes. If it wasn't because of my father, we wouldn't be doing what we were doing. But see, the media took it out of perspective. That's why it's important to tell the story. My father wanted to make sure that we knew how to manage our time. We knew how to be serious about things that we wanted to achieve, and he showed us how to focus and how to to see it, feel it, believe it, and do it, make it happen. And that was his whole teaching from the very beginning. If you want this, how bad do you want it? Do you want it? Then go get it. Do it.
You were the member of the family who had to announce the sad news that Michael had died. How did you live those days at that point, and how have you lived that grieving period since?
It was very tough for me because Michael and I were very close. He was close to his family. He was close to his brothers. He loved every one of us. And the media and the public wanted to try to separate us and seem like he was by himself. He's one of us. He comes from us. He was a Jackson 5. He had tremendous success, and there's no one will achieve what he's achieved because he's a blessing from God. And the fact that God blessed him with such tremendous talent, because he knew what he would do with it. So there was never any envy or jealousy between myself or the brothers, because we helped create this. We gave him the launching pad to be what he became. And when the media tries to separate us and say, oh, this one is jealous, that's crazy. It's sort of like a media circus, because everybody thinks they know him. And they don't know him the way we do. We grew up with him. He's us. We are him. We're all the same. We come from the same womb. So how can they know him better than us?
Please respect our privacy during this tough time. And may Allah be with you, Michael, always. Love you.
Thank you very much.
In terms of Michael's own 3 children who are now being brought up by the family, is there a conscious effort by you and your family to keep them protected from being taken away?
I just don't want to happen to his children what has happened to some of the young stars in the past, like the Paris Hiltons and the Lindsay Lohans, and they praise you first, and all of a sudden they tear you down. And I'm very concerned about that with Michael's daughter, Paris, as well as Prince and Blanket, because Hollywood is something else. You got to know how to deal with it. You have to know when to hold, when to pull back, and when to move forward.
Mm. Okay, you've also been involved in reality TV. You were a contestant on Celebrity Big Brother in the UK, and there's been plenty of other reality TV moments in the Jackson family more broadly. Reality TV is having a massive influence on pop music currently. The biggest phenomenon at the moment is One Direction, a boy band like the Jacksons. Mm-hmm. Do you think that this reality TV influencing music is a good phenomenon?
It's hard to say. It's a great platform to get publicity, but how talented and how deep is the particular group or band? Do they have the team of people around them to make them a phenomenon, a major success? We've been around for 40 years, and that's because we did something right from the very beginning. I've seen One Direction, I've heard their music through my kids, and I love to see bands come back, especially young bands, because that's how we were. So I have a relationship with them. I can understand what they're trying to do. I just don't know. They got to make sure that the team is there to continue the hits. They continue the stage performances to a certain level. Do something that no one has ever seen before.
A big part of your life nowadays is Islam. You converted to the religion more than 20 years ago, following a visit to the Middle East. It's a religion, and obviously something very personal, but it's also something that's a lot in the news, particularly at the moment. How does that make you feel as somebody who chose to convert to this religion?
I'm very proud to be a Muslim. My Islamic name is Muhammad Abdul Aziz Sharif. What you see in the news is extremists, and there are extremists in every religion. But pure Islam is a beautiful religion, because I feel that I'm a better human being because I've embraced Islam.
And do you feel that the image of Islam, particularly in the United States, something needs to be done about that? And do you think celebrities, famous people can have a role in that?
Yes, we'll see. It's always the media that always kind of mislead and the misperception of things, just the way they've done my family over the years, and just the way they've done everything. And it's the media. But true Islam is it's beautiful.
Let's talk then about you and the Jackson brothers back together on stage, back to the present day. The Unity Tour began last year.
40 years of Jackson music, from Michael's to mine to theirs to the Jackson 5, and we're having fun. We're having a lot of fun because Marlon is just so funny. He keeps us laughing, and we have our most fun before we hit the stage. But also on stage, we kind of feel where we're going to be, and we've done this so long. I guess even if it was a problem on stage, we know how to fix it right then and there. But we felt Michael's presence on stage with us all the time.
So you feel that he's more than symbolically with you?
Oh yeah, his spirit is definitely up there. And but in Tokyo, on this particular song, it was very, very present, very present.
The first time you reach, only to find what was once yours is now gone with time. It's never the same. Everything changed.
In terms of the new material, is that going to be taking a new direction, like your new solo album? Are you going to be mellowing? Of course, everyone's a bit older now.
No, we're smart enough to know how to pull together the right elements and the right team to get a hit record. And then once we finish our part, it's in the record company's hands. We will do our part. We will deliver the goods, but then it's up to them to sell it, and we will promote it and do what we're supposed to do.
Will it still be as high-paced, energetic as the old Jackson's numbers?
Oh, yes.
You're still going to be doing the coordinated dance moves?
Absolutely.
And the outfits?
Absolutely. All of that. The glitter, the excitement.
Very much look forward to seeing it.
Sure.
Well, thank you so much for taking time to speak to me today, and best of luck for all of your new projects, Jermaine Jackson. That was The Culture Show on France 24. Thanks to you for watching. We'll see you next time.